Alright guys, time to switch it up a little bit today. As you know by that thumbnail or whatever else you clicked on to get here, we're jumping right back into Marvel Crisis Protocol, the Hulkbuster expansion pack. Crisis Protocol pack number 52. I had to get it. When I saw it, I had to get it because I think out of all the Marvel movies, the most comical scene I ever saw was when Tony grabbed Hulk and the Hulkbuster and he's pounding him in the face going, go to sleep, 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 go to sleep. Knowing that if he let up for a second, the Hulk would rip them apart and they'd probably both die from the fall. But there's the back. I love the fact that they gave you two figures in here because let's get realistic. It's really rare that Tony goes right into battle as the Hulkbuster. He goes in one of his Iron Man outfits, signals, Jarvis, send in the big guy, and the satellite just basically goes, boom, get in there. And they got to hold on for a second while the Hulkbuster arrives. This one gave me some neat little challenges, but I'm going to show you the miniatures here in a moment. As I usually do, I like to show you all the fun stuff. So I love how it goes. Read this first. Big blob of nothing, all right? It just goes, hey, be careful of clippers, be careful of sharp objects, all that fun part. He went together really, really simple. Iron Man did. The only thing I had a slight issue with, and I'll show you on the sprues in a moment, was putting the Hulkbuster together. Some of the sprues didn't have numbers, so I had to visualize parts. Now, as you know, with everything else, especially like with GW, you get... Where'd you go? Carson. Alright, stop. Stop moving. Everything comes on sprues. Alright? Most miniatures you get, like if you're building a model battleship, model plane, model tank, model car, you got stuff on sprues. So you're used to sprues, you're used to doing number by number by number and going through. I got extra movement bases for the little Iron Man. Came in a pack of 4, no big deal. This is going to go in the Marvel Crisis Protocol bits box, so if I want to swap out a base with someone, like, I don't know, maybe I just want someone standing on the flat concrete as opposed to having, hey, there we go, a raised part, I can do that. So I thought that was cool that they're doing that. Now, you don't get a lot in here because realistically, you're starting with an Iron Man. Alright? So how did they put this? You get 2 team tactic cards and a stat card. Okay? As you can see, that's when he's all good and looking wonderful, and that's kind of when he's tore the fuck up. One of the things I love about Marvel Crisis Protocol is basically when you get beat down the first time, you flip it over, you still have a chance to keep going. When you get beat down the second time, you're pretty much done. Okay, so let's start with the little guy first. Here he is. Now, with my other Iron Man, and I give all credit to Angela the Hobby Demonette, I took a lot of speed paint stuff, and I stuck strictly with that. Speed paint and contrast paint when I could. I put down a base of gemstone and gave it a red, I can't remember what it is by the Army Painter, but one of their speed paint reds, and I gave it a gloss over the top. I laid down greedy gold and covered that with pallid bone, and that was pretty much it. The blue is just, I want to say prismatic bolt in there, or maybe I use the, I can't remember exactly which. I may have used Vallejo's blue gunmetal, something like that. I really couldn't figure out how to do the little multiple stuff on the base to make it like it's accelerating and blowing up. So I just went with a yellow and muted down some gray and put it over it. Now the bottom that was supposed to be smoky, the color I chose, I thought it was a great blackish gray. No, it ended up being almost like Holy White from the Army Painter. It was like a really light gray. So by the time I realized after it settled, I was like, nope, I'm not going back in. That's going to be a lesson for me. Okay. So there's itty bitty little Iron Man, or normal sized Iron Man. I do like the flying up pose like he's firing. I thought that was cool, so now I've got 2 little Iron Men. I know. Let's get on to the big chunky boy. He is huge. Okay. The body went together pretty much okay. There was a little bit of gap issues, but I was able to cover him up pretty well. I stuck to the same paint scheme. The only thing I did differently was use the Army Painter gunmetal. And the gunmetal, as opposed to covering it with Nuln Oil, I took Graveyard Gray and watered that down with a mix of medium and a little bit of water. And it gave me that unique stuff, you know, for the metal itself. The blue, I started out with like a blue, highlighted it up a little bit, and gave it like another wash. Now, what I did for the bottom, I gave it, I believe it was Imperial Fists. Wait. Whatever one, I'm drawing a blank. Whatever one Rogel Dorn was the aftermaster of, like the Imperial Fists, you know, the big yellow boys, that, you know, the Guardians of Terror. I gave them that contrast paint on the bottom, and I went heavily over it with a mix of Graveyard Gray and that black from the Speed Paint line, with a little bit of matte medium, well, I should say Speed Paint medium in there, watered down a little bit. So it really looks like, so you got the bright blue coming out where he's lifting off, and then you have the cloud effect on the bottom. But I like the way it looks. Really, really simple paints. The only problem was it took 3 coats for me because I used the air paint version of Gemstone from the Army Painter on the body. And it ran a little in certain areas and kind of clumped a little, so I had to play with it a lot. So before I could get the right look to that red, before I put, I think it's like Scarlet Red, something like that, the speed paint over the top, I had to make sure that base was really, really good. The fact that they gave you an instructional thing and you have the internet at your disposal, it would be a waste if you weren't looking it up, in my opinion. Seriously, it really, really would. But still, there he is. Now, I don't think I've done this yet. So let's pause for a moment from our word from our unofficial sponsor. Hey, yo, you viewers to Play Later, how we doing today? I know, new month, we have a new unofficial sponsor of the channel. Copper Johns is joining the family for the month. I will be integrating this video in some upcoming ones. Guys, seriously, you've gone to cons, Adapticon just finished up. You know that maybe you want to have that slantish fun, but man, you got Nurgle's rot. Dude, Copper John's got you hooked up. They got beard oil, they got beard butter, they've got beard wash, they've got, you know, bar soaps. They've got everything you need to take care of your body. They've got supplements and other great things. Look down below in the description box. You're going to see a link right to their, right to their web store. Check them out. Let them know I sent you. You will not be disappointed by anything you buy from them. Sorry, I'm having a great day, so if in editing I've already said that, forgive me, all right? But Copper Johns is awesome. I do use them a lot. Highly recommend them. Now, like I said, we are at now the second most important part of the video. I want to know your, wait for it, questions, comments, love, hatred, anger. Seriously, leave all that down below. Do you play Marvel Crisis Protocol? Do you have the Hulkbuster in your force? I don't know. What do you think about the paint scheme? What do you think about Marvel Crisis Protocol here on the channel? Let me know down below, because as much fun as I'm having doing this channel's also for you guys. So I really want to hear your feedback down below. Let me know how you think about the Hulkbuster, tactics, all that fun stuff. Because he's a chunky boy, and he's going to eat up a bit of points cost for you. Yeah. So when you put him in your force, you better have a good supporting cast. That's all I'm going to say. Now, if I made you laugh, made you cringe, made you cry, what the heck? Bridge explosion in Connecticut. Wonderful. Made you laugh, made you cringe, made you cry, made you do any of that during this video, and I'm pretty sure that I did. Please hit that big old thumbs up. It's only going to show love and support for the channel, and that is always appreciated. But there we go, guys. My quick look at the Marvel Crisis Protocol Hulkbuster expansion. I want to thank you guys for watching this one. I hope you're having a great day today, a safe day today, and I seriously mean this when I say it. I hope one day to meet all of you across the tabletop.